Today on the channel, we're going to take a look at the SISIGAD Gofer e-scooter. Now this is a seated scooter, as you can see, so it's one of these scooters that you don't stand up on whenever you ride it around, and it is adjustable. Now it uses a 36-volt lithium ion pack that is actually down here underneath the bottom, and that is rechargeable through this little boot that you pull open right here. And you just use the charger here that's provided. Of course, I don't have an outlet here to plug it in, but you're just going to simply take the little ending and plug it right in like this and charge it until the light changes that you know that the bike is fully charged. On the handlebars, you have, first of all, your keys to actually turn it on. Of course, these are removable. You get two of them. So if you're out and about, you can pull these out and someone can't steal your scooter. You put it in there and you turn it to the right and your power meter will come on. That's to let you know that you have power. Now, it's very difficult to see this during the daytime, but I can see that it is on. It gives you an idea how much battery power you have. Off to the right of that, you have your throttle. Just your typical motorcycle ATV style handle grip that twists and gives the scooter throttle to actually move. On the left, you have your mechanical brake. The bike brakes with both this and an e-brake through the brushless motor, a combination of two. It brakes very, very well. Below that, you have your light. This lets you turn the light on the front on and off. And below that is a little horn. It sounds very, more like a little beep. I'll go ahead and do it. More like a computer beep. It's not super loud, but you can hear it, but it's probably not the best. But again, it is better than nothing. Now in the rear, you can see we have this really nice basket. This would be great if you want to go to the store or something, to pick up a gallon of milk or a loaf of bread. You can throw that in the back here and away you go. Now the bike does not come fully assembled. There is some assembly that is required, but it's pretty easy, and it took me probably about an hour to do it. I'll show you a few photos of the packaging and what the bike looked like before I actually put it together. You can see the disc brake back here in the rear. As I mentioned a while ago, it does have both a mechanical, this disc brake, and the electric e-brake of the brushless motor. Now the scooter has a top speed rate at 16 miles per hour and a range of around 20 miles. So I've also seen it listed at 30 miles. That's going to, of course, vary if you're riding uphill, downhill, how fast you're riding, and how much you weigh, because the top weight limit on this is 220 pounds, and I'm around 205 pounds. So I do suspect that, being at the upper limits, I don't think this is going to go quite as fast as me on it. And I would expect the range to be a little bit less with my weight compared to someone who weighs less. Now you also have a nice kickstand down here, so you can just kick that open and prop it up and away you go. Now the tires are air filled. They're not like a solid compound like my other scooters, so you do have to fill these up. They were a little low whenever I got them, but it doesn't take long, especially if you have a little rechargeable pump like I have. And that will add to the ride's comfort level, being that they are air filled. Now this has the top speed, as I mentioned, of 16 miles an hour. I'm gonna take it out here in a moment. We'll ride it around. I'll use my little GPS reader and we'll see what kind of top speed that we do get with that. So let's go ahead and take it out now and ride it around. So I'll be right back. All right, so I have my Psych Plus GPS reader here. We'll use this to get a top speed. Now you can see it says 5.4 miles per hour. That's because I was walking around with it, and it registered my walking. So it is set to max speed, so we'll get a max miles per hour for this. So let's get this bike out now and ride it around and see what kind of top speed we get. Okay, let's take it out here and just ride it around. I find this to be very comfortable, especially with the sitting. I want to see what top speed we get on this little scooter. I have the GPS reader in my pocket. This is pretty level through here, so we should be able to get a top speed through here. Again, I'm at the very upper limits of my weight, the weight limits on this bike, so I expect that top speed is not going to be 16. Now this is going uphill a little bit right here, so let's go back around. And we'll head back towards my house, and that way we can get a top speed and give the GPS reader adequate time to get a top speed. But it's very, very comfortable and easy to ride this bike. If you can ride a bicycle, you can ride this scooter. Okay, that's not bad at all. We got 14.3 miles per hour. Considering that I'm at the very upper limits of the weight range and we still almost got 16 miles per hour, I think that's pretty good. If I was at, 150 pounds, I think we'd have no problem in getting 16 and maybe a little bit over that, especially when you're going downhill. All right, let's take it out and just ride it around a little more. I'll give you my thoughts on the scooter before we wrap this video up, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm just gonna ride it around my subdivision for a minute. Now I am gonna go downhill here. This is a pretty decent hill, so I'm gonna get really good speed here going, even though I'm on the sidewalk. I do have the GPS reader in my pocket. I'm gonna actually go out here and get onto the street. See, I'd be careful, I got a truck here coming up on my side, but I wanted to see, I do have the GPS reader in my pocket. I'm kind of curious what top speed I might get here going down the hill. Even though that's sort of cheating, but we'll see what kind of top speed I get. I'll take a look here in a minute whenever we get back. But this is a very comfortable bike. I really like that I can sit on it. I don't have to stand. I have no problems with my standing scooter that I have. And it's a little bit faster than this. But not everybody wants to stand, and that requires a bit more balance. And the older you get, that's harder to do. It's a lot easier to sit. So I think that this bike, this scooter is really perfect for somebody, even someone older, because you're just sitting. It's really smooth and really steady. Now there is no Bluetooth on this bike. Some people might wonder about that. They do mention, one spot in the listing had Bluetooth, yes, but that was just in some description thing. But it does not have Bluetooth. But those Bluetooth apps are kind of pointless, because all those Bluetooth apps really do is let you see the same stuff that your scooter can usually do with the controls. Now I'm going uphill, and it is slowing down with my weight on it. It is not struggling, but it's just much slower, probably going in that 10 mile per hour, maybe a little slower. But every single electric scooter and device and bike I have will slow down considerably as we go up this hill. Let's see real quick here before we end the video what kind of top speed we did get going downhill. But again, that doesn't really matter because that's not really true, because we're going downhill. It's a bit cheating because we did get 14 miles per hour on a level surface. So let's check that. Well, we got 16.5. I actually thought it was a little faster than that. Now I did have to sort of brake, and when it went onto the street, and then that truck was coming up beside me, so I wasn't able to get a full run down the hill. But we did at least hit that speed they said. But again, that was at my weight going down the hill. But I think if we had had a free run down the hill without switching between the sidewalk and the street, I probably would have got maybe 18 miles per hour. But still pretty quick, and the listing is certainly not far off, considering that we were at over 14 miles per hour here on this level surface outside my house. Overall, I'm really impressed with this little scooter. It's very comfortable, it's pretty quick, and it's just really well built. Now, if you're interested in picking one of these up, you can use my exclusive coupon code for the SISIGAD website, and I believe that was site-wide. They do have a pretty good selection of other scooters and e-bikes as well. They have this one also in I think it was a dark gray color, but I really like the orange. I also include an Amazon purchase link if you'd rather buy it from there. So I have both of those links down in the video description. So if you're new to the channel, you like stuff like this, tech stuff, RC cars, boats, drones, and even sometimes real car stuff, please consider subscribing to the channel. Make sure you turn on all notifications so you know when I upload something to the channel. And as always, guys, have a wonderful day.